Hello, everybody, and welcome to the E&B Talk Show. My name is Braxton Manning, and I'm joined by Ethan Johnson.
Hi.
This is another episode for the Tribunal. But yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the last time we recorded an episode. It's been so long. So I figured, since it's been so long, that we probably have stories to tell. So we got some stuff. So Ethan, you got any stories, or you want me to start off while you think about some stuff?
I don't know what I haven't talked about. Like, talk about the groundhogs and podcasting mission stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's mostly just like summer stuff. Like, oh, got any summer stories of what you did over the summer? Some funny things that you can think of or something like that.
I can't think of anything right now.
Alright, I do have a story. So turn your calendars back, your time machines, everything. Go back to the second week of June. Second week of June. All the way back. I was a faculty member at Brady's camp. Okay? And one of the things that we do... Oh, I got several stories to tell about that now. But first, the main story that I was going to tell. But one of the things that they always do is a faculty hunt, which is where the faculty members go and hide, and then the campers who are split into teams go hunt and find them, or try to find the faculty. So this is my first year being a faculty member, so I'm like, I'm looking around, like, where am I going to go? Where am I going to go? I thought about climbing up into some trees, like maybe like doing something like that. I eventually settled on picking a there's like a driveway, and on the left of the drive, well, if you're heading north on the left of the driveway, I think it's north. If you're heading down the driveway, if you've entered the driveway, it's on the left side. There's these bushes, because there's like the cabin entrance that goes, you have to go through the bushes area, but then there's actually, like, as you go on further, there's thicker bushes, and I figured that I could slide my way into those bushes, lay down, and just kind of like hide. Plus, I asked Brady if he had like any camo that I could borrow or something like that. He had a poncho. So I had a camo poncho over me. Now, my plan was just to lay there, kind of like just nonchalant, just maybe go to sleep or something. Yeah, that didn't happen. Do you want to know why? Because this poncho is like a plasticky... It's a real poncho, so... Well, it's not a real poncho. Real ponchos are like cloth. But this poncho was like a decent, like, fabric. Or not fabric, plastic stuff. Like, it was some thick plastic. Like, it wasn't like the one-time use. It was like, oh, yes, I'm going to use this for, like, years. And so, I didn't think about that. So my whole plan was to... Because the poncho had a hood. My whole plan was to put it on backwards, excuse me, lay on my back, and I put the hood up over my face, and just have my arms against my body. But, what I didn't think about was, it's plastic, and it's, like, not even an inch away from my face. So, I experienced this problem as I lay down, and I get down on the ground. It's dark. Like, I can't see anything. I'm laying under some thick bushes with a poncho over my head, like, around my body. And like, I take a deep breath in. Immediately, the plastic is sucked to my face. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be a problem. So I immediately am trying to figure out, like, how much time I got, because they give us about 5 minutes to go hide. And so I'm trying to figure out how to get this fixed. I'm trying to stick my hand through the neck area to, like, get the plastic off my face without, like, trying to move so much. And it was bad. Like, I was really struggling. I was suffocating myself. It was horrible. And so, like, I finally get it off enough, and, like, I, like, get situated so that, like, I'm not breathing too deeply. It's, like, shallow, like, breathe in, and then, like, exhale heavily to, like, keep it up. And so I'm comfortable now. Then something weird happens. So I'm laying on the ground. I have just managed to somewhat fix my suffocation problem. And all of a sudden I hear the Hunger Game whistle. Like, I have asked Brady and Isaac, who were both in the woods. Or, no, Brady wasn't even there. I asked Isaac and Brady, because I thought Brady was over there. They both said they didn't whistle. No other faculty members were over there, except me and Isaac. I don't know who whistled. I think it was Isaac. I think he's lying to me. But I was like, because I whistled back. And what's funny, when I whistled back, all of a sudden, I heard this, and then I just hear, just like a tree falling down. I'm like, what is happening? It turns out that Isaac was walking through the woods, and he, like, had stepped on this branch and tripped and fell. And that's what I heard. Was just the and boom, him falling.
So it wasn't the sound of Isaac up in the tree cutting off a big old branch of like killer bees on it?
No. That's funny you should say that though. But yeah. But no, like, it was hilarious because when we got back, he's like, well, it turns out if an Isaac falls in the woods, Braxton will hear you, was what he said. But yeah, it was so funny. He also said that a raccoon, like, he kept hearing noises, and so he kept, like, putting rocks over it, like, because he was laying on the ground in between two trees, and he was, like, kept throwing sticks and stuff over in that area. They kept hearing noises, because he was like, I don't want to be your friend. Yeah. I had started out this plan as, like, lay on the ground, have an earbud in, listen to music, and maybe fall asleep. That didn't happen. I became, like, once my suffocation problem started, I, like, was, like, in full, like, okay, I have to stay awake or I could die. And, like, I had to focus on my breathing, and then I had to, like, focus on not moving. Because I'm also, like, 3 feet off of the path. So people are walking by and I'm listening to their conversations as these campers are looking for us. And it's hilarious. And, like, yeah, it was lots of fun. I did get found. But what's funny is I was laying on the ground and I see, like, a light go over me. And I'm like, they just found me, didn't they? And, like, they're like, somebody says, I see you? And I didn't say anything, didn't move. They walked over and they touched my shoulder, like, because you have to tag the faculty member out to actually have them out. But yeah, I got out and they tagged me and I was like, oh, thank you for doing that. I was suffering. Yeah, next time I plan to hide in a tree, I'm just gonna hide in a tree. It's not worth the ground problems that I suffered. Just pick a nice big tree. Oh, you may be invited too to be a faculty member since you know how to play guitar. Because they want someone who knows how to play guitar.
Just using me.
Well, it'd be a lot of fun, especially faculty hunt. So Brady took 2 walkie-talkies. He placed a walkie-talkie somewhere, and then he hid up in a tree, and he used the walkie-talkie to call the campers over somewhere else. And then he used them as an echolocation thing because he would, if you double tap a walkie-talkie, most of the time it lets off like a ringing noise. And so he would double tap that, and it would go off, and he'd hear it around him. It was hilarious. At the beginning of the week, though, they do like a get to know you game. So usually it's in a circle, and you got a ball or something. We did a name game, and like I threw it to my dad, I think. So he was a faculty member, and he said, you're supposed to say, like, from Braxton to Clint, and that's what I did. I threw it. But Ray, my brother, he threw it to me. And we got to a point where we were doing 2 balls at one time, and I wasn't paying attention. I was, like, talking to Isaac, and I looked forward just in time for Ray to fast ball the hacky sack that we were throwing around as for the naming straight into my nose. it hit me right here in the nose. I just turned, bam, and like I flung myself back because of the comic relief and stuff. But boom, it came out of nowhere. I was like, whoa. And then we did a name game, but you're supposed to say like, so you would go first, like, I'm Ethan, and you would do a dance move, like, and I would go, I'm not Ethan, I'm Braxton, and do another dance move as I say that, and you would go around the circle. I was around the last of the group, so there's a huge circle that I haven't memorized the names of, but there was a girl, I think 3 people before me, that just full out did the splits. I was like, what? So I was like, I'm committing to the bit. So I had most of the circle memorized. I don't have it memorized now. I couldn't tell you hide her hair. There were a few names I remembered. But my brain is dying. But it got to the point where I had to do the splits, and I was like, screw it. I am in jeans, blue jeans, and cowboy boots. I go down. I get most of the way down. But that would end up being the worst decision of the week, because then I re-injured my back injury and my back hip injury. That sounds like a weird way to describe it, but you know what I'm talking about since I've talked about it before. But when I went down, when I did the splits, I re-injured that, and I suffered for the rest of the week. Like, it would get to the end of the week, or not that week, it would get to the end of the day, and like, we'd be meeting up, and at the end of the week, actually, the last night, they did a thing out on one of the cabins, and I literally had to, like, I was standing, I literally had to go inside the cabin, lay down, and, like, stretch out, because mine was in so much pain. But they did come up with the campers came up with a drink. I have the recipe for this drink of all the stuff they put in it. They called it the arc reactor. That's what they called it. So, one of these days, I want to get all the stuff. Like, it's a decent sized list. And get the stuff and make them.
Is it like an actually good drink, or like?
I've never tried it. Brady tried it, and some of the other faculty members tried it. I wasn't invited to try it.
Based off of other people's reactions.
Yeah, Brady said it wasn't that bad. He said the worst part, because they put gummies and stuff in it. They put some sour candy. No, what? Nerds. They put the Nerds clusters. They put some of those in there. They may put Sour Patch Kids. I'm not 100% sure, but I have a list on my phone of all the ingredients. So like they put so many sodas in that. Like, they would just put different sodas in there. Yeah, I was hoping, and then they would say chug it, and they would start like chug. It was ridiculous. I was like, I would beat them all in chugging something.
So like, got like a suicidal suicide.
Kind of.
Because if you get a bunch of drinks together, it's suicide.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
That sounds like a heart stopper.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's interesting. I want to try it with you and some of our other friends, because it would be funny to get our recorded reactions.
Ooh. You know how we did it like soda pong?
Yeah.
That.
Oh my gosh. We would have to buy so much stuff, though, because that list it's quite long. We would have to buy, like, packs. It would cost a lot of money to do soda pong with that. It might be worth it, but it would cost a lot. That's all I got to say about that. It would just cost a lot.
It would cost multiple trips to the dentist.
I say it's just a drink. But yeah, that's basically the week. Yeah, it was fun. Oh, I did have, like, music withdrawals. Like the first 2 days, like, I hadn't listened to any music except for some of the songs that we sang by the campfire, and I was, like, dying. I was like, I need to listen to some form of, like, rock music. And so every morning I would get up at 6 o'clock and I would take the hike across the camp to go to a hot shower because they just remodeled some areas and they had hot water, and I was like, I'm gonna go take a shower over there. So I would get up and I already had my stuff packed in my backpack, and I would walk in these Crocs that I'm wearing. Like, it's early morning, nobody else is up. Like, maybe some people that are cooking in the kitchen, because there was another camp. There was a big camp, like a huge camp. There was a mixed camp, but it was a bunch of younger kids. There were so many of them. Like, it was crazy, like how many people were in that camp. But like, there were some, but the kitchen staff would maybe be up and about, and I would see some of them as I walked over there. But I would go in, lock the door. I'd have my phone. I'd plug my phone in to charge it because we're out over a swamp. There's no place to plug it in. So I'd plug my phone in, and I would just start up a playlist of just some music. I think that's when I still had Spotify Premium, and I would just turn on my big playlist that I have of so many songs, and I would take a shower and just soak in the music before I had to shut it off and walk back to camp. But the first day I did that, I'm on my way back. I'm outside of the woods that this is camp in, because it's in the woods, but then there you go to it's over the swamp area, and the campfire's in the woods. So I'm walking back. I'm outside the woods, and I hear some of our campers, and I'm like, it is like almost 7 o'clock. Why are they up? Like, we were like, well, they don't need to get up till 8 o'clock. And I come over to the campfire. I'm the only faculty member awake that's out there. And they're up, and they're around the campfire. I'm like, go back to your cabins. It's too early for this. And they went back to their cabin, thankfully. But what's funny was one night I was like, oh yeah, guys. I told my cat, I was like, hey, if my alarm goes off, you guys hear it, don't mind it. It's fine. I'll shut it off as fast as I can, and then I'll be gone. And they were like, okay, that's fine. The next morning, my alarm went off, and one of the campers, because they're in hammocks, but we didn't have enough hammocks, so I was like sleeping on the floor. I had some like very thin mattresses that sucked, but I rolled over and turned my alarm off and got up. And one of the campers was like, good morning, Braxton. I was like, good morning, go back to sleep. It was so cool. That was my my high of the day, because we did highs and lows. We do highs and lows. That was my high of the day, because it was cool. Like, how we was just like, good morning, and then they went back to sleep. But yeah, it was cool.
Like, what is like the age range of these kids?
Okay, so these kids are just leaving 6th grade, and the lowest is they're just leaving 6th grade, and the highest is they're getting ready to go into freshman year.
Oh, so it's middle school.
Middle schoolers. And so the mixed kids were like younger than that.
Oh.
Like a couple years younger than that were over in the cabins, like around the pond. And there was like 100 something of them, like over 100. There was like 118, 120 kids, and there was like 50 faculty members over there. It was wild, because we'd hear from the nurses, and they're like, oh yeah, there's like 25 kids who have night meds. 25 kids that have to come down and take medicine before they get into bed. I would hate to be a nurse during that week where I have to hand out medicine
every day.
Memorize, yeah, and it was like Sunday afternoon to like Thursday about 4:30, something like that. Is when they would check out, which is it's not too bad, but that's Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday. That's 4 nights that you have to memorize which medicine goes to which kid, hoping that there's no kids with the same names out of those 25, so that they don't get mixed up. That's wild. It's wild. They said they had some kids like throw up, and like kids who got sick and stuff. I was like, this has got to be like the worst week ever. That's from my. That was the second week of summer. Or it was my third week of summer, second week of June. It was pretty laid back. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I can't wait to do it next year. You got any stories yet? I feel like I've talked a lot.
I mean, you've been talking for 20 minutes, so...
Yeah. I've just been waiting for this, like, to record an episode so I can get these stories out. Because, like, I've been saving them. That's like, I've been... Like, there's been so many stories I wanted to tell you, but I'm like, I gotta save them, because if he doesn't know about them, they're still good stories.
I haven't thought of anything except for like yesterday. I was mowing, and I was mowing around kind of by the bend out by my house on the side of the road. And I was going like alongside of it mowing, and I got it stuck. Yeah, because like the deck started to like go up on like some dirt, and then it just got stuck there. Like it wouldn't go any further. So like the left wheel was on the ground, wouldn't move at all, and the other wheel was like in the air, just free spinning.
Oh no!
I tried to move the deck up to kind of give it some more space, but it was stuck up against the bottom of the mower.
No.
So I was like, darn. It's like I tried shaking it, and it was almost out of gas.
Oh,
so it would just go vroom, vroom, vroom. I was like, no. So I turned it off to save gas. I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do? I tried giving it a little push or something. I don't know. It's a heavy mower. I couldn't do much. So like I could like kind of like lift it up, but like I couldn't lift the tires off the ground or anything. Like, I obviously couldn't do that. So what I tried doing was because like it's right up on a bank. It's like it's like right next to a bank on the ground, and I get perpendicular with like the back end of the mower, and I have my feet kind of pushing up against the bank, so I kind of like get some pressure off of it, and then I like the lever for like to move the deck is like on the complete other side, so I'm like reaching over the mower, trying to like push it over and then like lift it at the same time. And as I'm doing that, I feel the entire mower just like shift over to the left. And I'm like, did I just move it? Why didn't that work earlier? And I looked, I was like, huh. Tried doing it again, it didn't budge. It's like, okay, maybe I'll just try hopping on it. Like I spent like also like a good like 5 minutes trying to pull grass out from under it and like see if that was the problem. No, it's just dirt. I got myself excessively itchy for no reason.
That makes me think of when I get... Wow. Did I tell you how I fell into a ditch? I was mowing, but I had my grandparents' mower because my mower was being a pain in the butt, not working. And so I had just mowed their yard, and I was mowing the side ditches in the woods and stuff. So I was mowing in that area, and I had just finished like the one side of the hill. I was coming to the closer side, and I had mowed, and like there's some parts along these side ditches that are like really steep, and so I'm like looking like, okay, don't crash, and so I've mowed it pretty good, and I go to the other side, and I was like, okay, I know there's a spot that kind of shifts down a little bit that I need to be careful around. And so I'm just mowing along, and I was like, okay, I think this is the area. I moved, and then I got stuck. Like, I couldn't move, and I was like, what is happening? So I was, like, I'm a big guy. I can move a mower if I, like, try hard enough. So I hop off, and I go around the back to, like, see if I can push it. It's like, oh, I need to go down into the ditch and, like, push it. So in my mind, I was thinking, like, this is going to be like a normal ditch. It's going to be like maybe a foot down, and then I'll be able to stand there right next to the mower and push it. Yeah, I took a step in and immediately fell into the ditch because right there's a culvert, and it's all washed out. So this is like a 4 and a half, maybe 5 foot just drop that I just stepped into. Like, I'm standing and the lawnmower is like in line with my head. I'm like, well, what? So I had to, I called my grandpa, who had just taken off to go do something on a track. He was doing something with a tractor. He had just taken off the other side down the road. And I called him. I was like, hey, can you come help me? And so he came down and he hopped on the lawnmower and he turned it on and I pushed while he like drove it forward and got it unstuck. Safe to say, I did not mow the ditches after that. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that when we went to go like, film.
Oh, did I really?
Yeah.
What were we filming?
The most recent thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which is a surprise for right now, till I get the trailer done.
But yeah, I did get the mower out. I could have made the mistake of going forwards, which I didn't. I went back. Went in reverse, because if I went forward, I just got stuck again. Yeah. I got it to... Yeah, and I immediately went to get gas, because as I was going, it just still kept going vroom, 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 vroom.
The worst time to get, like, run out of gas, I think the worst time for me, I was on the side of 1500. Like, I could see my house. Like, it was that stretch from the stop sign to my house.
Yeah.
And, like, it just dies. I'm like, what? It's just, like, literally, road is to my left, ditch is to my right, my house is, like, right there. So I had to get off the mower, go run, grab a gas can, come back, fill it up with gas, enough so that I could drive it off the side of the road. Yeah, it is, like, I hate mowing next to the road, like, directly in front of my house. Because there's a part where I mow where my back is to, like, when I'm right next to the road and my back is to the road, on my left side, like, they come behind me, and the cars are like, they come down that side because it's the right side, directly behind. I flinch so hard when a car drives past me. It's like, don't hit me.
Yeah. I haven't, like, I've been fortunate enough to not, like, run out of gas at Grandma's house.
Yeah, that's a walk.
Yeah, terrible. Back and forth with the gas can.
I cannot wait till Lonnie is back.
Yeah.
So we can do more shenanigans together. I will never forget. I've injured myself with the both of you twice now.
Yeah.
There was the ice incident, which was my own stupidity, and then there was the tree incident.
Oh, yeah.
Which funnily enough, injured the same arm. Yeah, that same side. Yeah, injured the same side. Because the ice incident, for our listeners who don't know, it wasn't even that cold outside. Or it was coldish, but like the water, there was some frozen water. And did you run back and go grab a sled? Had we walked out there and then you went back and grabbed a sled and came back?
I don't know.
Because I remember we had a sled with us.
We do like a sled on my brother's snowboard.
It was definitely a sled. I remember that because it was like blue or something.
I might have. I don't know. I did something.
Because that was a thing that you guys did was like try and get across the ice on a sled. And it's not that much ice. It was just a little bit of ice. But I had the bright idea that I could like land on the if I jumped from like the top of the road. It's not that big of a jump, but if I jumped from where the road was to the ice, then I could land it and make it look cool. Yeah, that didn't happen. I jumped and I landed, and then my feet continued to slide, and my elbows smashed down in the ice. And then you both just looked over and be like, "What are you doing?" So funny.
For point of reference, this was like not too far from my house, but it was like down the road a bit. There's kind of like this little triangle of grass, and there's like a whole tree, and it fills up with a lot of water. When it rains, or like if snow melts and freezes over, then it becomes ice, and that's what we were messing around with.
That's when we filmed the third irrelevant fight scene that day. Which is crazy to think about, because that seems like such a disconnected, like, those are such disconnected activities.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten that we had filmed that day. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Funnily enough, though, the tree incident also happened while we were filming an irrelevant fight scene.
Yeah.
It was a different thing because it was a video project for Mr. Swanner when I was in the photography class.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I had wanted to have a scene where, like, have an irrelevant fight in the woods, but there was a part, like a scene in that irrelevant fight, where I would kind of like fall out of jump out of a tree, and like tackle Ethan, who was the person that I was fighting, and so it had rained all day, so like did I have my car? Who drove? I think I had my car, because I think I came... No, I didn't have my car. Because Lonnie was still in school. I'm pretty sure he was still in school. I think... It was when Zach... He had a year, Zach, didn't he?
Huh?
Didn't Lonnie have a year? Were we in track when Lonnie was in track? Freshman year?
Maybe? Because I think he graduated in 22.
Which would have been 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But it would have been the spring of 22, so it would have been our freshman year. Yeah. So yeah, so I didn't. I may have had my license. I may have picked you guys up. I would have had my license, I think. It's been a long time ago, but yeah, I think. I keep saying I think a lot because I can't exactly remember, but I'm pretty sure that I picked you guys up, but it wasn't in my Equinox. I didn't have my Equinox then. I think I had recently crashed. Like, it was in like a couple, it was like 4 or 5 months maybe within that time frame that I had crashed. I didn't have my car then. Because I think I drove my mom's Yukon. Because I picked you guys up, and then we walked to the woods. We walked a distance. All the way back. But, yeah. And so, my plan was, for this relevant fight scene, was to jump out of the tree, tackle Ethan, and continue the fight until we walk him out. But it had rained all day, and it was kind of wet outside from raining all day. So, we had just, finished filming a part of it, and I was trying to set up the next scene, just, have me in the tree already. And Lonnie, I'm so used to you having a girlfriend, that in my mind it filled in automatically. But Lonnie was on the phone with his, at the time, girlfriend, and he had sat down on this deer stand that I had hauled out of the woods months, I think a year prior to that. Something like that. I had hauled it out of the woods and put it next to the tree. Anyway, he was sitting on this deer stand, it was on the ground, laying on its side, and he was sitting on it. That made it flat because it was on its side. But now it's flat on the ground. He's on a call with his girlfriend. I am up in the tree now, and I am getting ready to try and stand up. And I get up there, and I stand up, but I slip and fall out of this tree, and I land on the deer stand right next to Lonnie, who just goes, "Oh." If he hadn't been standing on that, I probably would have had to been rushed to the hospital, because I landed, it hit me underneath my arm, right in the rib area. Because I remember I injured my shoulder when I fell too. It was bad, but it was so embarrassing to go and tell our track coach that I needed to see the trainer because I was injured, because I had been filming and I had been in the tree. But yeah. Oh, We would have had to be in the track because that was the same year that I knocked the light down with the indoor discus.
Really?
Yes, because that was also a Mr. Swatner project, a how-to video. I had forgotten about that.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, because it was a how-to video. Because your brother helped me with that because he was videoing.
Yeah.
But I still remember. And this you use this form, and you just go back and you release. And that's how you do it, except don't hit the light. I remember being pulled aside by Boog Jones because he thought I intentionally hit the light. I was like, you can't control that. That's not... You Yes, I purposely hit a light with a discus. No,
I'm just that accurate with a discus.
Yes.
I've gone to state because I hit a light. Yeah.
That's not how that works. Discus is very hard to control and aim.
Yeah.
So I threw this discus, not like I was just expecting it to just go up in the air and like not do anything, but I hit the light, which was no bueno. It kind of got me in trouble because I didn't tell anybody, and they found it. Yeah, and then I posted it on my Instagram as a video, but I also had it in my bloopers of Swatner's class, so I thought it was okay. Like, and I didn't think I had done anything wrong except hit the light, and I was just like, I'll fix it, I guess. It was an accident. And like once I'd fully explained to Boog what had happened, he's like, okay, I just wish you had told somebody when it had happened. And I was like, I'm sorry. if it ever, we also like broke one of the bleachers with an indoor shot put. Did you hear about that?
I don't think so.
Let's say Seth. I think it was either Seth or Isaac Ireland. They were doing a spin technique with a shot put, and they spun. Well, no, because there's a specific technique. You can either do the slide or the spin, and the spin is becoming more popular. But the spin technique, I think it was Seth. He spun and he released. It went over the balcony, like over the bar, and it hit the bleacher seat. It was like, wow! He just kind of looked back at us, and we were just like, let's go see what happened. He broke a chunk off the bleachers, and I think they had to melt the piece back in there because it's just plastic.
So, like, assume it was an indoor shot put then?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, imagine the damage if he had thrown a real shot put. That would have been crazy. Yeah, we were throwing indoor shots. And yeah, it's pretty wild. Where did this go? Oh. Wow, we traveled far in that rabbit hole. I just keep remembering things. Yeah, so that would have been freshman year. That was the one year that we really interacted with Lonnie. Or I did, at least. You lived with him. But that was like one of the main years because we had track season. We filmed so much random stuff. Do you remember when I injured my wrist doing parkour outside the church?
I think so.
Nobody lived there at the time. You would come over. I think you were just coming over to hang out because I think it was during that time period when you would come over to my house every other weekend. So I think it was just like a Sunday when you were over, and we church was over, and I think there was Born Ladies Aid, and we were just doing parkour and stuff, and then I tweaked my wrist, almost became one of the 1% to break the one side, because I think a bunch of 99% of people break their wrist over here, which funny enough, Ray had just done that like a month earlier.
And also, people listening have no idea which side that is.
Oh yeah, so if you hold out your arm, and you look at your wrist in front of you. Okay, so I'm holding my right arm out in front of me. The left side of your wrist, there is if you tilt your hand to your right, there's like a tendon or like a bone right there. 99% of people break that, according to my doctor he was telling me about this. 99% of people break that. It's like 97, 98. It's really high. The amount of people break that. and like 1 to 2% people break the other side, the little side. I almost became 1 to 2% of those people that broke the other side, because when I went to do the dismount, my hand was planted, and all the weight was put on that one side, and so I just apparently messed that up. And I remember it so distinctively because I was worried that I wouldn't be able to go coon hunting because I had a brace on my arm, and I wanted to go raccoon hunting so bad because that was in the season. It was in the fall time. Because I had my mom ask the doctor specifically, hey, can he still go hunting with a brace on and stuff like that? He's like, yeah, it should be fine. Just don't put any pressure on or anything. But yeah, and then I had to go around telling people why I had a brace on my arm because they'd be like, what you doing to your arm? Oh, I was doing parkour. Injured my arm. Yeah. Got any stories, Ethan?
I mean, I might have already told this story, but this was way back. Not way back. But
can you put a year on it?
No.
Nope.
Just
an age? How old were you?
It was the last few days of school, last week of school.
Of last year?
May this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We were having this spring fling kind of thing, and one of, I guess, friends brought Katrina. She brought some plates, and some plastic plates that she wanted to use as frisbees. So we made some nice art on it and stuff like that. And as we went outside, Max had another frisbee, so we were trying to throw the frisbee back and forth. We've done that for a while. It's hard to do it because it wasn't a proper frisbee, so we just kind of did a terrible job. And Max threw the frisbee at kind of a low height compared to a usual frisbee, but it was about at waist height. I was like, oh, I could probably kick this.
What?
Yeah.
Why is your thought I can probably kick this?
Because I don't know, that's just a thought. I was like, I can probably kick that high. I could. Just didn't do it properly. So I stuck my leg out. I went to go kick it, and then I realized, whoa, there goes my other leg. The one that's holding me on the ground, it is now in the air with the other leg. And yeah, I am in the middle of falling, and well, I guess I gotta stick my hand out and catch the ball. So I dug my hand in the gravel.
Oh, I
This was in
remember
gravel,
that.
yeah. There's this little gravel area kind of by the back of the school, and I was standing on that. How unfortunate. So I had some nasty gravel on my hands.
Oh, you're talking about when they did the mud volleyball last year, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I don't know if it was spring fling. I don't remember. But yeah. So I went in there for a good 10 to 20 minutes, and Max just ended up leaving. Yeah, it was around the end of school. I was like, well, I can drive, so I just leave. So yeah, I was in the locker room, picking rocks out of my hands.
Yeah, I was looking all over for you, couldn't find you. But did you see the picture that I sent to one of the many group chats?
Yeah, that's why I said taking moments before disaster.
Oh. But yeah, there's a picture in our yearbook of Ethan trying to catch a frisbee, and I can't tell if you've caught it or if you're missing it.
I don't know.
That picture, when it was so funny because I was like, I know what happens in that picture. I was confused when you said spring fling because I forgot that's what it was called.
Yeah. It was not too long after that picture because Mrs. Thomas, one of our teachers, she was taking pictures of everything. She took a few pictures of Max and I catching the frisbee, and then she left. And not too long after that,
Wiped out.
ate gravel.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to go here in a second. A few minutes. So we might as well end this episode. I love doing episodes in here.
Yeah.
I would love to do more episodes in here if we can get a more consistent air system that cools us down.
Even though you have the entire fan pointing at you.
It is nice, yeah.
But I feel fine.
I just like to be more cool than I do hot.
I need to invite more friends over and just like start doing more stuff. I haven't done that in a while, but I need to like find more things to do. Because at the time, people were here like, okay, hey, now what? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. If I had, I guess I have to tell a story if I'm gonna put. If I hadn't been hit by a gate today, I would have been down to do more stuff like some tactical runs or something like that. Or maybe back to the woods. I would have. But, so I was working cows with my grandpa today, and we had a... Ethan already knows the story, I'm just telling it for the effect of... instead of me just name dropping, like, oh yeah, I got hit by a gate today. But, yeah, we were working cows, and we were just like sorting them out, getting cows to where they need to be, and we had a crazy cow. This cow is K11. This cow is not going to be with us very much longer. When time comes to keep or call the cow, we are calling that one. Seeing as I almost was severely injured today. It could have been a lot worse. We caught the cow in the fence. So we have a swing gate that leads to a chute. And to put the cow into the chute, you have to push it like through this little area using like a stick and the swing gate. You got to move the swing gate so that. But like the gate was kind of bent from previous cows, like pushing up against it because I was trying to rush because I really didn't want to be working cows today. I hadn't known about working cows until the evening before, but I was like trying to get it done, and so I had put a little much. I put more cows in the area than there was probably supposed to be, which is why the gate was bent. But with the gate bent, the latch didn't. It still latched, but there was less of latch to hold it there, and that became a problem when K11 started to continuously back up and push the latch out of where it was latched at. So I'm like holding the gate. What in the world was that?
What did you see?
I just saw something black, bro. Like there was like
Small?
I don't know.
What size was it?
I don't know. I literally just like looked over and just like, and it was gone. I was like, what is that?
Good chance it was probably a mouse.
That was generally frightening. Well, it is a mouse.
Did he go up the wall?
No, he just hopped up on top of the box. He's on the box on the other side. That's wild. Cause I saw him, and if you walk over to the box, he might be in the box. Yeah, there. Oh, my legs hurt. I'll get back to my story here in a second. He's like right there in the box. He just
I'm gonna kick it. I'm gonna let him come over here.
My leg.
Sometimes they do run up that wall and go into that little area there when I'm playing a drum set.
He climbed up. I watched him climb up onto the box. He might be in the box.
I personally wouldn't think so. But if he is...
I might scream like a little girl here in a second.
Oh yeah, he is in there. Look at that little guy. Look at him. He's right down there. Oh, he's gone. Yeah, he's in the box.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, I thought he went in the box. But seeing like just dark move after I just looked over there, I was like...
Yeah, he's at the bottom now. I saw him peeking at him.
This freaking mouse hops out. I'm gonna scream.
That's why I'm trying to get the shoes out so we can kind of keep it in there. Have a proper look at it. Because I know he's in there.
This is it. I thought he went in there.
Unless he's in like a shoe and I'm just throwing him out. There he is. Oh, he's down in this corner here. He's under one of these shoes.
I can't see. I'm blind.
Oh, yeah, see?
No, we can't see. I cannot see him.
Look at him. There he is.
Oh, there he is. He's in a mouse.
Hi, little guy. He's fast. I'll get these shoes out and just see if I can keep him in.
Yeah, did he just head towards us? If he hops out of this box.
That's why I'm getting the shoes out again. Keep him in enclosed.
But yeah, like, no joke, there's a mouse in this box that I happen to see out of the corner. Like, when I'm talking to Ethan, I like to glance around and stuff. I just glanced over his shoulder.
He's trying.
And I saw just a dark shape move, and I was like, what is that? And then he came and jumped into this box. Which, it looks like they've been destroying shoes. Oh my gosh, roll his arms!
Oh, look at him!
Oh, he's gonna try to get out.
Not the ladder. Oh.
He's just a little guy. You almost launched him out. Oh, he's out! He's
There he
free!
is. Oh.
Free Ratatouille! Or, his name's Lemmy, isn't it?
Yeah, Remy.
Remy, yeah.
Mouse it be more like. Oh, yeah, there he was. It's like, he was hopping up and he was like swinging his legs.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, as he tried.
But I kid you not, that is one of the most horrifying things to see, just an object move, when I know there's nobody else in here.
If I like see anything, I always chalk that to mice, and I'm usually correct.
Well, see, I wouldn't have been so freaked out if I hadn't just seen like blackness. Because like
some sort of mass.
Yeah, like I looked bigger than that, and I think he moved something. Was when the first time he moved? I think he moved something around or something. Like he hit it.
She just like closed it and threw it outside. So then it just went into the cats.
Oh, that would have been cool.
I'll think of that next time.
Yeah, but like I was just sitting here and I looked over and I was like, "What was that? What did I just see?"
So yeah, there we go. There's a new story that just happened right there.
Yeah.
So,
I know none of you got to see that, but you got to hear the documentation. Anyway, back to my cow story. So I was holding the gate because the cow kept pushing it back, and this happened like 3 or 4 times, and we'd get so far and I'd have to unlatch and latch it again, and that's my problem. That's where the issue came from. Is I would have to unlatch the gate and relatch it. We both keep glancing over there like to see the mouse.
yeah, he's probably gonna head up to that wall soon.
But what happened was one of the times I unlatched, she hit the gate, and I honestly have no idea how it happened. But I went from a fully standing position of putting both my arms against this gate, I was fully if you're a football player. And you're hitting the sled, and you're driving your feet. You hit. That's what I'm doing right now. Except I'm in a still position, and I'm holding it because you're not going to win against a cow if you're moving your feet. You got to hold. This is a bigger mass. It's an animal, and so I have no idea how this happened. But I went from a fully standing position with my right leg was closer to the gate. I'm in fully up against this gate. I went from that to I am turned around facing the other direction. I'm on my hands and knees, and the gate is hitting me in the back. I'm on my back, and bam! It hits me in the back. I'm doubled over, and the gate comes down on my leg. It comes down on my right leg, and then I'm I sit back up, and the gate is just kind of sitting there. The cow left the gate alone and went back. I was getting ready to come back and hit it again. I looked over at my grandpa, and he's a foot and a half away from me. He moves away from the gate, so I'm okay, I can move. I don't have to hold the gate anymore. So I stand up and limp over to the away from the gate, just as the cow just bam hits the gate again, knocks it open, and just goes. And I'm just kind of standing there, right now my back hurts, my elbow hurts, my leg hurts. Ethan can tell you, I'm super sore right now. I told him, if I wasn't so sore, I would have worn real shoes and stuff, fully decked out and everything. But I just hurt so much right now. I was super close to getting injured badly. If it had if that had hit me in the head and just knocked me out, I would have just been face down in cow crap and mud. I would have been out, and cow could have walked over me and walked on me or something. Could have broken my legs when the gate came down on me. But yeah, it was an experience. I'm standing over by the gated area, and I'm just kind of standing there looking down. My hands are shaking. My grandpa yells over me, "Braxton, are you okay?" I'm I think so. Because at that point, I had no idea. I was up and walking, but, like, I thought something was wrong with my leg because my boot felt weird. Like, I felt like my boot was really loose. And, well, like, I don't know. I think my leg was in shock. I'm not 100% sure. But I was, like, out of it. I was trying to, like, I'd been really angry. Like, before, I'd been shouting at this cow. And, like, just the emotions, like, were starting to bubble over, and I almost started crying. Like, I was at the point where it's like, I was super angry, well, now I'm, like, injured, and I'm in shock, and I'm, like,
just overwhelmed.
Yeah. It was, it was a moment. It was wild. I wish there had been more people. If we had one more person working cows today, because we're 4 of us, and if we had one more, it would have really helped.
Yeah, maybe if I mowed the yard at like 6 this morning.
Yeah, I thought about calling you when I got up at 7 this morning, because I went to Macy's breakfast thing they had, and I almost called you. What time did you get up? Did you get around like 10? I thought so, because when I sent you the text message, Ethan ? And then you immediately responded as like, he just got out of bed. he just got out of bed. I was like, oh man. I asked Alex to come and help, but he had to build a bat cave.
Yeah, that's his project thing for.
Which is cool, I guess. He's building a bat cave. He's Batman. Alright. But yeah. Anyway. Hopefully we'll have more episodes sooner than this one. We recorded an episode back in Pennsylvania that never saw the light of day.
That was the one with the microphones.
That was the one with the microphones. It was probably the best sounding episode ever. But thanks to Anchor's amazing abilities to update whenever I don't want it to, we lost that footage. Recording footage.
Well, it's not like we can never do that again.
Yeah.
Like, if we really wanted to, I'm sure we could like probably just like hook up a mixer or something.
Yeah. And yeah, we can tell those stories again.
I'm pretty sure we just talked about like.
It was just like behind the scenes of every production that we've kind of been in and stuff we've had to do at the last minute for productions and all that. I went on my rant about CIY.
Yeah. I still want to do like a little thing where like we're watching videos and we're just like discussing, talking about what happened and stuff like that in those videos.
Maybe we can do that. Maybe next episode, which won't take 6 months to record and publish. I promise. I promise we will do more stuff.
We should need to get this whole thing figured out. Yeah. You want to talk about like the whole thing going on with Anchor?
Oh yeah. So I don't know if this ends. Here, I'm gonna do something real quick.